back to the channel. So today we continue with the suspension upgrades for the CAMARO ZLE. So previously I already installed the upper control arms in the rear. Today we're continuing with installing the upper and lower trailing arms. And just in case, for those of you that didn't see my previous video, I'm doing these minor suspension upgrades on the CAMARO just because it still doesn't feel as good as I would want it to when it comes to slower and tighter turns. It just doesn't feel as flat and as planted as it should be. So hopefully once I'm done with all these upgrades, it'll feel a lot better. We can test it out and we'll see how it feels. But as you can see, the car is already ready to be worked on. I did put it up on the lift and I raised it up just a little bit, and as well as putting it on the quick jacks and lifted it up just a bit. This way it's more closer, at least to my level or closer to my height, and this just makes it way easier to remove the tires and work in the suspension instead of being on the ground, which is not fun at all. But with that being said, let me go inside, bring out those boxes that the trailing arms are in so we can open them and I can show you how they look like. Here are the trailing arms, and you guys might be asking yourself, well, how would you know which one is which? Which one is the lower trailing arm and which one are the upper trailing arms? And that's very simple. So you can just see by length that one is longer than the other. So these are the lower trailing arms because they are longer, and then these are the upper trailing arms. And these are two-way adjustable. As you can see, I can adjust them here. So this time, I'll make sure that I adjust them properly, because when I was installing the upper control arms last time, I messed up. Once I had them installed, I realized that I hadn't adjusted them properly, so I had to remove it. But I'll make sure that I'll do it correctly this time the first time, although I do think that I have enough space here to adjust them while they're already installed. I don't know, we'll see once I get them installed. But as you can see, these are red, so these are BMR. So if any of you are interested in purchasing anything from their BMR site, I do have a discount code with them, and it is Driven7 for 7% off. I'll have it here on the screen and also in the description down below. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. So first, I'm gonna start off with removing the wheel and removing the stock upper and lower trailing arm, and then we can go ahead and install these. But yeah, before I do that, once I remove the stock upper and lower trailing arms, I'll go ahead and show you the difference between them. So let's go ahead and get to it. So now that the wheel is off, I wanted to show you what the upper and lower trailing arms look on the car. So these are it. This is the upper trailing arm and this is the lower trailing arm. You can already tell without even having to remove them that these are a huge difference compared to the BMR ones. So these are just a thin piece of steel. They have holes on them. I'm thinking that they made them this way just to shed some weight on the car, but in turn, this can cause some possible bending under stress and some deflection. BMR actually did a test with these under stress. So I'll go ahead and insert that clip right now so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So for that reason, we're gonna go ahead and install these, which these are just a better quality, better material. They're more sturdy, so we can just have everything flat here. But as I mentioned before, these are very easy to remove. There's just 2 nuts for each of them. So there's one here, and then there's another one here, and then the same for the lower trailing arm. So in order to remove these, let me show you what we'll need. We'll just need an 18 wrench and also an 18 socket, which is here. And don't worry guys, because I know a lot of you send me suggestions for the toolbox that I can just have a lot more space for a lot more tools, so that is coming soon. But for now, let's go ahead and get these removed, so let's get started. Here's the upper trailing arm that we just removed. It's very flimsy and lightweight compared to the BMR one, because this one is a little bit heavier, but you can notice the quality right away. And another very important thing is that this has rubber bushings, so that's something we're trying to eliminate with all the suspension upgrades we're doing here in the rear. So the BMR ones have spherical bushings. Now the only thing that we need to do before installing these is to just adjust these to this height. So I do need to adjust it quite a bit, as you can see here. After we adjust it, then we can go ahead and install the upper trailing arm. Then we can remove the lower trailing arm and then basically do the same thing, adjust the BMR ones to the same height, and we can install those. Once we're done with that, then we're done with this side and we can move on to the next. The upper and lower trailing arms are now installed, and I just want to show you how they look once they're on. So this is it. I already tightened them and torqued them to 81 foot-pounds. So once again, these are just going to help eliminating wheel hop, any deflection, and it's just going to make the car feel way better around tight corners and just all around flatter. And I really do like how they look. I'd say that they look better than OEM. I like how they're red along with the upper control arm. Since this is all BMR, it matches the red calipers, so I really do like that. Now, like I said before, this was just a very fast and easy install, so now I just need to move on to the right rear. For that side, I'm just gonna go ahead and power through that. So let's get started with that. Alright, so we're almost done. I just finished installing the upper and lower trailing arms on the right side. So we're done with both sides now, and I just wanted to show you how they look. So pretty much the same, and just as you saw, and like I mentioned many times, this was pretty fast and pretty easy. I think anyone can do this installation really. Now, if you're wondering what's next for the suspension upgrades, so let me just show you. So I'm gonna be installing adjustable tow rods. So this right here is going to be gone, and I'll be installing the BMR adjustable tow rods. I cannot wait for that, as well as adjustable end links. Let me show you this end link right here. So I'll be installing these adjustable end links for the rear and for the front as well. So I cannot wait to get these parts. I'm looking forward to that. Then once these are installed, then I'll be done with all of the suspension upgrades. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and install the wheels, and I'll see you guys then. And we're finally done. So now the only thing is that I can't really drive the car, so it's gonna be here for a few days. Meanwhile, I get those other parts, the adjustable tow rods and the adjustable end links. After that, then I'll go ahead and take it to get an alignment, and then the fun begins. I'll be able to take it out for a spin and then test it and just tell you guys and give you feedback on how all of these parts just work together. So I'm looking forward to that, and I can't wait. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.